Tubers, family and friends. This is our second take of this video because we just got a community guidelines violation under the heading of harassment and cyberbullying. And they explained that it was because we showed the inside of a passport. So I didn't know that you couldn't do that, and I tried to cover up the important information, but they didn't. They still took it off YouTube, so we're having to redo this, so sorry about that. And I'm here with my lovely wife, Lilybeth, and we received today two envelopes from LBC. That's the courier, like it's FedEx most of the world, and then within the Philippines, the courier service is called LBC. And so we had got two envelopes from LBC, and we already opened them and stuff on the other video, but basically this was what was inside it. And honey, you can take that out. And then so we got to be careful. We can't show this really, guys, but this is documents that we've been working on for a long time. We had to make appointments for the U.S. consulate in Cebu, because we live in northwestern Mindanao Island in the Philippines. So we made arrangements, took ferry, my wife and I and my son. It took over a week to gather all the information and the requirements to do an online application for CRBA, which CRBA is Consulate Report on Birth Abroad, and then also at the same time apply for our son's first passport. So he's going to be 5 here in September. So we waited until now to do this because you have to take your child to the consulate or the embassy to get all this stuff done, and we figured it'd be easier to do it, right, hon, when he's maybe 5, like we did it, and it worked out pretty good. Mm-hmm. So we went and did all this, and first we had to go online and fill out the CRBA application online, and we paid $100 for that. But it was very confusing with the appointments and stuff, because at the end of the online application it said, okay, make an appointment, and the only place they had that you could make an appointment on that website was for the embassy in Manila. Well, we're close to Cebu and there's a consulate there, so we wanted to go there. So we had to go a whole nother website for Cebu and make an appointment, and we didn't know if that appointment was going to be connected to our CRBA, but in the end it all washed out, and they were connected. They figured it out. So anyways, it took, and we also went there in 29th and 30th of January for passport renewal for me. So that took 8 weeks for me to receive that passport back. And when you're there, I had to pay $130 for the renewal of my passport, and then you sign a slip for LBC, because they'll deliver your new passport to your home at your doorstep, but it's COD. So when they deliver it to you, you have to pay them. So it was $300 to get my passport. I had to pay 300 pesos. And then to receive these two documents, which was my son's passport and the CRBA, it was 600 pesos that we had to pay LBC. So anyways, this is the pretty much the envelope that was in the thing, and I don't even know if we can. I'll let you see just the corner of it, because YouTube cut us off. So that's the certificate. And I've seen other people show the certificate online before, so maybe it's just the passport that we showed and that YouTube didn't like. I don't know. So I'm just going to show the the certificate. And here's the passport too. And I know you can show the outside of a passport, but this is the certificate, the CRBA. We're so happy that it came here, right, Han? Finally,
I'm very happy.
And because it should have took 11 weeks, but last week was Holy Week in the Philippines, and 95% of everything gets shut down. So especially in the province where we live, way out in the jungle in Mindanao, so it took basically 10 weeks, but it took 11 weeks because of the Holy Week for us to get this document and to get his passport. So this is the certificate, just to show you there how wonderful that is, and then his passport. We won't look inside this time, YouTube, if that's what the harassment was. I don't understand really why, but the YouTube guidelines are just way weird. I don't understand.
We're sorry about that, because we just, as parent YouTube, we're just very excited for how long worked so hard to get it, and finally we have that in our hands. Please forgive us about that.
Yeah, it's no problem. And then the reason why we need all this stuff is because in 2 or 3 months I'm going to be applying for Social Security. Well, I brought Lilibeth to the U.S. A few years back for 2 years, 2.5 years, and she got her green card and her Social Security number, right,
Yep.
in the U.S. So, but she's not a U.S. citizen; she's Philippine citizen. So I'll use her Social Security number, and then now that I have this certificate of birth abroad and Leo's passport, we can get Leo's Social Security number, because we'll need all that when I apply for my Social Security benefits at age 62, right? And there's no FBU, which is a federal benefits unit in the Cebu consulate. So you have to they force you to go to Manila just to get Leo's Social Security number, because you have to bring this documentation to them to prove Leo's a U.S. citizen, and so he can get his Social Security number. Well, it takes about 2 to 4 weeks to get that once we go to Manila and go to the U.S. Embassy there and complete that. So I imagine it'll be the same delivery from LBC once they receive it there to send it to our house. But the reason why then once we get Leo's Social Security number, then when I apply for Social Security, I can get the family maximum, which is a huge amount of money, guys. Because my older son, John, he's on Social Security benefits because he's an autistic child or autistic adult now. And then also after I apply for Social Security, if I have any minor children, which my youngest son is, he's almost 5, he gets benefits also. And then also my wife Lilibeth gets benefits because she will be the caregiver to Leonardo, right? So all this adds up to over the family Social Security maximum, which is over $6,000 per month. So that's just a heads up to all you guys. If you're overseas, you have a foreign wife, and if she has Social Security number, she and your minor child are able to get benefits from Social Security. So that's huge money in retirement, and we can do travel together, and we can do all kinds of good stuff together with this extra money. So just giving you guys a heads up, and that's pretty much the gist of the ordeal. It was hard getting everything together to do it, but it's going to be well worth it if the Social Security department don't blow up and implode, and I don't ever get any checks, because that's possible too. I mean, my channel, and the reason why I'm in the Philippines and have a Filipina as my wife, my third wife, is because the U.S., the divorce laws stink. The U.S. is pretty much bankrupt, and it's bankrupt morally, financially, everything. And the terrible state of the U.S. is why I'm here in the Philippines. That being said, I worked my entire life in the U.S. and Alaska and all in several different states, and there's many things that I love about the U.S. as far as the country goes, but the way we've gotten away from the Constitution and all the liberal laws and all the terrible things going on in the U.S. Now that Trump's in there, hopefully that stuff can turn around, but we don't know for sure. and frankly, I think it's too far gone, but time will tell on that. But these Social Security benefits I paid for. I paid in it all my entire life, right? So I'll be getting those benefits back, and it's a huge deal to have minor child and foreign wife, but everybody has to have their Social Security number to apply for it. So just giving you guys a heads up on that, and that's about all we need to say on this one. So we're so busy, and I'm still recovering from my mini foot. I had my foot amputated. I'm still recovering from that. That's why we're in our bedroom.
I'm very busy. When you call me again to do this video, I'm replant all our plans that.
And it's because of YouTube guidelines.
Yeah.
So sorry guys, but that's it for the video. If you have any comments, please put it in comments, and I can answer any of your questions. If you have questions about the whole CRBA process and passport renewal and Social Security in the Philippines.
We just love to share to you our experience and our success
all
of
our
things.
hard work and what you have to go through to get a success. With documentation, we all know how it's a pain, but you have to go through it if you're dealing with any government. So that's it for now, guys. Love you, take care, and God bless. Bye-bye.